A lot of false promises we've gotten. A lot of false promises from conservative judges, from quote-unquote conservative politicians. Actually, UFC fighter Jorge Masvidalin. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've never heard of him. I've never even watched UFC. But this guy, I like him, okay? Because this guy, he clearly sees a political situation very well. And he just came out very strongly and endorsed Trump because he doesn't want to be suckered anymore by false promises.
I'm going to let you in on something. The Democrats just think that they're entitled to the Latino vote. They think that we just have to hand it over to them. That's right. We sure as hell don't. Así mismo. Así mismo. They got to show us what they can do for us, what they can do for our communities. We're not going to buy the same wolf tickets and false promises that destroyed great countries like Venezuela and Cuba. It's not going to happen. You know what else is not going to work for them? Playing Despacito on your cell phone to pander to us. Hell no. You got to give us some credit for having heads on our shoulders. I'm going to wrap this up with some words of Barack Obama. He said elections have consequences. That is true. And those words have never been more true than they are today. We either re-elect President Trump and keep America great. Amen. Or we let Joe Biden destroy the greatest country the world has ever seen.
Very strong endorsement. His delivery is terrific. It's just, look, this is obviously like a pretty macho, normal guy. You know, he's not very woke, I would suspect, in his comportment. He goes, it's like, yeah, man, look, they've been lying to us. They pander to us. They think we're a bunch of idiots. They take us for granted on the basis of our race, usually. And we're just not going to take that anymore. And it's very matter of fact. And I like the matter of fact approach to Trump. Because the left becomes very hysterical, like those gals that we were playing on the show yesterday. But the right, very matter of fact, yeah, okay, maybe you don't like this about Trump or that about Trump, but he's doing a good job. Actually, the reasoning that Jorge gives for why you should support Trump, beyond, you know, how offensive it is that Biden and the Dems pander to people and lie to people and have empty promises, he gives a great sports analogy that I think is good reasoning we should all keep in mind.
Now, I'm a professional athlete, and I've been one for most of my life, so I've always seen things through a sports lens. That makes Donald Trump our head coach. And before the global pandemic, we were winning Super Bowls. And when you're winning Super Bowls, you don't fire the coach. Doesn't matter if you don't like the plays he runs, the players he puts on the field, or what he says on Twitter. You sure as hell don't replace him for another coach that's been in the business for 47 years at every level and never won a game.
This is a great analogy, and it gets to a big difference between the left and the right. Because notice he didn't say here, look, Trump's our quarterback. Look, Trump is like Tom Brady, okay, and he's a winner and he's a winner. Because that would suggest that Trump is doing all of these things himself. But we know Trump isn't doing all of these things himself. We know that the president actually has relatively little direct power. Much of his power is from the bully pulpit. Much of his power is putting some people in place that then carry out these operations. But the president himself, it's not like he's sitting on his computer all day, like typing away emails and you know, filing like spreadsheets and things like that. He's not doing that. His job is one of inspiration to the people and then of appointment to get good people in place that can actually run this massive government. He's not the quarterback, he's the head coach. He's that, and we're the players. And he's done a good job getting us all to like play very well. And his appointees are the players. And he's done a good job there. And this analogy of to the head coach doesn't reflect very well on Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden's been in the game for 47 years and he hasn't won a single game. I hope you enjoyed that short segment from the Michael Knowles Show. Be sure to check out the full episode linked in the description or download the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.